for some jerky? Well, I got a surprise for you today. It's not going to be beef jerky. It's going to be pork jerky. Pork loin jerky, actually. Now, I've never done pork loin jerky or pork jerky of any kind, so this is a first for me. But what I want to do is I want to make sure I pay special attention when we're going to cook it, or I should dry it actually, or smoke it, whatever you want to call it. Simply because, according to what I've been reading on it, there's a fine line between having it too dry and perfect. So I'll have to pay special attention to that, and we're going to do that when we smoke it out tomorrow. So hopefully you're going to like this one. Hopefully it turns out okay. We're going to do our best to make sure it does, and we're going to begin this right after this. What we have here is a 3 1/4 pound loin center piece. What we want to do is take all of the fat off. So that's the first thing we're going to do, take the fat off. We're going to keep it because I want to make some sausage later. And this is pork fat, and pork fat is usually pretty good for sausage. Actually, it's the best. So let's take this off. I'm going to take most of it off, if not all. I'm going to try and take it all off, I guess, or most of it anyway. And hopefully we can get around and do it all, because the fat is not doesn't work really well with what we're going to do with the jerky. It becomes rancid, and it won't taste very good. So I might as well just take it out off. So let me get this here, and once we're done, we'll be back. There you go. I've taken most of the fat off. There's still a little bit, but it's very, very thin, so that should be alright. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut it in half, so, and I'm going to be putting this in the freezer for an hour. Basically what I want to do is to get it partially frozen. It'll be a lot easier to cut. Okay, so we have our loin that's been in the freezer for 1 hour. It's stiffened up, so hopefully it's stiff enough that it's going to make some nice slices. I got this old gizmo of a thing that I've had for ages. I think we got this when we first got married, and that would be like a year ago. No, it'd be more like 40-some years ago. But anyway, this thing still works, so I kept it going, and it works well for me. So what I'm going to do, I set this at 1/4 inch thick. And I'm going to see if we can start cutting this to 1/4 inch slices, and see how, if the freezing has been enough, if it's stiff enough or not. Let's give it a try. Sliced, what we're going to do is we're going to mix our brine, and then we're going to put this in a Ziploc bag and let it marinate overnight, about 12 hours or so. And tomorrow we'll be out on the master-built smoker, and we're going to be smoking it. And so might as well get this going. So what we got here is 2 cups of cold water. 1 cup of apple juice, some brown sugar, some soy sauce, Worcestershire sauce, some garlic powder, ground coriander, salt, cayenne pepper, chili powder, black pepper, and Instacure #1. So let's mix that up. What we want to do is dissolve the sugar and the salt. So I'm going to put this aside. We got a nice big gallon-sized Ziploc bag. We're going to be putting in our meat. Pouring this brine in my meat. Now I'm going to basically seal this up. Yeah, Ziploc bags. Love them. You gotta love them, you gotta eat them. Sometimes I have a hard time. And just zip up. I take most of the air out. I'm going to mix it up a little bit, and we're going to put this in the fridge overnight. I'll be making sure, a couple times, making sure that the meat is under the brine. I think it's going to be, so I'm going to just take a little bit of air out. There you go. Alright, this is going in the fridge. We'll see you guys in the morning. So it's been 18 hours. We've brined our pork loin strips, and now we're going to put them in a tray lined with paper towels, and we're basically going to be drying these up. So we want our loin pieces to be dry before we go out in the smoker. Otherwise, the smoke won't adhere to the meat. That's not what we want. We want it to be fully smoked pork loin jerky. Let's get that going. So we have 3 trays of jerky. We're going to go out in the master build. We're going to be basically about 180, but actually we'll start about 140, 150. I'm going to leave the vent wide open, no smoke for the first hour, and then we'll apply smoke. And we'll see how dry it is before we apply smoke. Of course, we want it as dry as possible. We will smoke this for a couple hours, 2.5, 3 hours, depending. And we're going to check it periodically and maybe change the racks from top to bottom, bottom to top, and so on and so forth. It's just basically because we want it to cook even or dry even. So we're going out to the master build, and let's get this going. So our smoker is set to 150. We have the vents all opened up. We want to make sure we remove all the remaining moisture off the jerky before we start applying smoke. So our meat inside is all nice and dry and ready to smoke. So we've turned on our coal smoking attachment. We filled the chamber with half full with applewood chips.
We've raised the temperature of the smoker itself to 180 because this is the temperature we want to dry our jerky. And basically, there's a lot of smoke. It's going to generate a lot of smoke for about an hour. Then smoke will taper down, but we're going to be at least drying them up or smoking them up for about a couple hours anyway. But we'll be checking them periodically just to make sure that everything's okay. It's uh, it's getting pretty good. As you can see now, there's smoke coming out, so the smoke is being generated, and it's going to be like that for an hour. We are 1 hour and 45 minutes into the smoking. We've already rotated the trays once. I was just going to check because we've already taken 4 or 5 pieces out. We're fine. So we're going to check them out just a bit and see if anything else is ready. And if not, then we're just gonna put it back in, and we're gonna be checking in maybe in about, I'd say about an hour from now. We should be having a lot more out. But periodically, you keep checking it just to make sure that it's not overcooked or over smoked or over dry or whatever it is, and so then make sure that everything's okay. So until then, it's gonna be all right, and it's looking good. It's looking really, really good. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Wow. Man, I can't wait to taste this. Once it's ready, we're going to put some in the fridge for an hour. Here we go. So we'll be back. So it's been an hour. Let's check it out. Let's see how this is coming along. Oh, wow. Beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, yeah. That piece is ready. Yeah, it's good. I think the rest of it looked like it needs a little more. Um, let's keep looking at some and that's good. That's good. That is not good yet. That's not good yet. Getting close. Some of them are getting close. Put that one in the front. It's getting really, really close. So that's pretty exciting. Looking good. This looks beautiful. So we'll let them rotate the trays another time, and then we'll let it go for another 45 minutes to an hour. All right, so we've taken a bunch of them out. They're ready. There's a few left in the smoker. I think there's about 6 pieces or so. I think you'll need at least another half hour on those. Once they're done, we're gonna take them out. These guys that we've taken out, they're going into the fridge for for about an hour. So before we taste it, but it's gonna be hard not to touch. Let me tell you, guys, have a look at that. Look at that. Oh man, that looks good. That looks awesome. Ha. Ho, 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 ho. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry. All right, so it's been 30 minutes. Let's check them out one last time. I think they're going to be ready, but let's just make sure here. Yep, that's ready. Yep. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Oh, for sure. For sure. I think they're all ready. Yeah, for sure. I think they are. Perfect. All right. So we're going to bring that in, shut everything down, bring that in, put it in the fridge. The other ones have been in the fridge for about an hour almost, so some of them are ready. We're going to go taste those. So we're going in. Everything's been fine. Everything's good. It's nice.
Well, there you go. Our jerky's ready. Beautiful. You know what? It's perfect. It's got a nice bend to it. It's just perfect. It's not overcooked. It bends, and that's what you want. You don't want it to be brittle. And we had to keep an eye on it a lot more than we normally would with beef jerky, but you know what? It wasn't that bad. You know, at the end of the day, what counts is that we made some pork jerky, first time I ever made it, and it looks really, really good. Can't wait to taste it. We had these batch already done before, so it's cooled down quite a bit. We still got the other ones in the fridge that we just took off the master built smoker. And overall, I'm happy. I'm quite happy. And I guess it's kind of time to, it's good of a time to taste it, so we might as well give that a taste. I've seen some pieces that had a bit of fat on them, and I think I'll have to make a better job at cleaning up the fat on the next ones, but you know, overall I'm pretty happy. Let's give this a try. Oh yeah. this is good. Wow. I'm totally impressed. Chewy. If you want, give me a second there. Finish chewing this guy. Pork jerky. I love it. This is good. It's great. I really, really love it. Good double thumbs up on this one from Barbecue Joe's. Listen guys, take a look below there. Just subscribe, click on that bell to get notified. We got a lot more videos coming, and we want to make sure that you're the first ones to find out about them. So please like and share and subscribe, of course. That little bell will get you notified right away when we put out a new video. Guys, it's been great. Love this pork jerky. I think from now on I'm going to be making some pork jerky and beef jerky also. But this is great, guys. Love it, love it, love it. Got a nice little bit of heat to it. It's got a nice smoky taste. It's not overwhelming. It's perfect. You gotta love it, guys. Now that's barbecue, baby, like my friend Troy will do, or my son-in-law, I should say. He would be happy with this. Can't wait for him to try this out. All right, guys. Until next time. Have a good one.